27th meeting of the Mayor and City Council will come to order. Please note that if you wish to be heard at this meeting, please sign the speaker list provided on the table at the side of the council chamber. I reserve the right to limit the amount of time each speaker has for each agenda item, and tonight each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. Move to agenda item number 2, Invocation, led by Warren Litchfield, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, led by the Mayor.
Almighty God, we gather this evening on the business of this city. We offer up prayer for our mayor, for the president, the members of the city council, and for all in authority. Grant to them a sense of justice, strength, wisdom. They perform their duties. God of all thy people. Men of the city, this county, the state, thy people for thy merciful care and understanding. Remember those who lie upon a bed of affliction. That's prayer. Bring back on the laws of our Father. Hear our prayer in thy name.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, Ms. Rao.
Mr. Ricks?
Here.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Here.
Mr. Smalls?
Here.
President Les?
Here.
Mayor Mel?
Move to agenda item number 5, third public hearing with possible action on ordinance number 1900, text amendment number 244, an ordinance amending the City of Laurel Unified Land Development Code, section 20-9.5, to add hotel motel uses in the I-RTP zone. I've read the title into the record for the third reading. I will open the public hearing at 7:01. Jack, you have the floor.
Yes, Mr. President. Text amendment application number 244, ordinance number 1900 was filed on December the 1st, 2016 by Golden Realty LLC to amend the City of Laurel Unified Land Development Code, Article 1, Zoning, Division 5, Zoning Districts, Section 20-9, Industrial Zones, Section 20-9.5, Table of Uses to add hotel motel uses in the I-RTP Zone, Industrial Research and Technology Park, and providing an effective date. On January the 3rd, the proposed ordinance was sent to the Maryland Department of Planning for comments. MDP had no comment. The file contains a certificate of publication verifying that this application and public hearing was advertised as required by law in the January 12, 2017 edition of the Prince George's Sentinel. A memorandum from the City of Laurel Planning Commission to the Mayor and City Council dated January 12, 2017 reads as follows. At the regular meeting of the City of Laurel Planning Commission held on January 10, 2017, the following action was taken on the subject zoning application. On motion by Mr. Wilson, seconded by Mr. Kish, and carried on a roll call vote of all members present, the Planning Commission recommended that the Mayor and City Council approve text application number 2244 as presented in the proposed ordinance. That concludes the reading of the file, Mr. President.
Thank you, Jack. I have no one else signed up to speak on this agenda item. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing at 7:03. What's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. President,
Ms. Crary?
I recommend that we approve ordinance number 1900, text amendment number 244, as read into the record regarding the Laurel Unified Land Development Code.
Have a motion, to have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ricks. Any discussion? Call the roll, Ms. Rao.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Mr. Ricks?
Aye.
Ms. Nicholas? Yes. Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
President Les?
Yes.
Mayor Mel?
And I thank the court reporter for being with us tonight. Move to agenda item number 6, approval of the minutes of the 25th meeting of January 9th, 2017. Everybody had a chance to look at these. Are there any additions or changes? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Call the roll, Ms. Rao.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Mr. Ricks?
Yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
President Les?
Yes. Move to agenda item number 7, approval of the minutes of the regular work session of February 1st, 2017. Everybody's had a chance, I think, to look at these. Are there any corrections or additions? What's the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve.
Thank you, Ms. Nicholas. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ricks. Call the roll, Ms. Rowe.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
Mr. Ricks?
Yes.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
President Les?
Yes. Thank you. Move to agenda item number 8, report of the mayor and city council. We'll start with Mr. Smalls tonight.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since our last meeting, I had the opportunity to attend the county executives listening meeting that was held at Laurel High School. During that meeting, the county executive and other department heads from the county had an opportunity to hear from organizations and individuals in the, not just in the Laurel area, but obviously from around the county, to request continued funding or new funding for many of the nonprofits and other efforts that they do and services they provide around the county. I also had the opportunity to attend the Prince George's County Municipal Association's Wine and Cheese reception. This was the first of its kind, and it was designed to bring the county members of the county council to a PGCMA meeting so that we could talk about items and areas of interest between the county council as well as the municipalities in Prince George's County. I attended also an update on the Regional Medical Center. Many of you may be aware that has been approved for construction in Largo. This was an update to just let folks know exactly where the project is and where it's headed. I'd like to announce that the Environmental CAC, Citizens Advisory Committee that I chair, we're making preliminary plans to hold a reuse and recycle art show on Earth Day, April 22nd. Details will be announced, but mark your calendars for that event. We plan to hopefully get many of our elementary school kids to participate in this art show, where they'll use recycles and reuse material rather than customary posters and that sort of thing. So we're hoping that it's going to turn out to be a really good event, and we just ask you to watch our website and for announcements on it. That's my report, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Ms. Nicholas.
Thank you. I'd like to send condolences to Corrine for the loss of her father. Last Saturday, I attended the Cub Scout 1250 Blue and Gold Banquet. I also participated in the Lovely Ladies of Laurel Mentoring Night that was in January, where Councilwoman Lehman and Jocelyn Pena-Melnick also participated. I also had the opportunity to go to Pilate High School for the lip sync battle, and that was well attended and lots of fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nicholas. Ms. Crary.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's nice to see so many people here tonight. We're here every second and fourth Monday every month. Come see us again. I attended also the county budget meeting along with the mayor on the 7th. And it was very nice to see our own Brian Lau speak on issues concerning the fire department and transparency. And we need to be heard on these issues, in addition to the director of Lars here in town, who also spoke to the county executive. When it's here, it's like we need to show up and we need to present to the county exec and let them know that we have issues and we care. In addition to that, I attended, this Thursday, I wanted to let everybody know, it's Meet the Artist on Main Street from 5:30 to 7:30. You can go out and make that. I also send my condolences to Green. Very sorry about her dad. In addition to that, with the high winds tonight, keep your small children and garden gnomes inside. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Craig. We're going to go a little bit out of order tonight. I'm going to do my report now. Thursday, February 2nd, I attended the second meeting of the Laurel Regional Hospital Subcommittee meeting for Foundations, Volunteers, and Customer Experience. Moving ahead with some good discussion. Friday, February 3rd, was invited to give a short talk at Laurel High School during their honor roll assembly. It was all prepared, speech written, and then the lights went out. They had a power failure. Apparently they cut the line over on Conti Road, and that caused all kinds of problems in the school. So I didn't get to give my short speech, but congratulations to all the Laurel High students who made the honor roll, and also those that made the principal's honor roll. Wednesday, February 8th, I attended the Tucson River Commission in Annapolis. We had continuing discussion on the oyster issue in the bay and the tidal areas. They're asking for support. The Calvert County Oystermen's Association is asking for support as they move forward in what's proposed down in Calvert County. As you heard, Saturday, February 11th, PAC 1250 had their Blue and Gold Awards banquet. Food was good, and there was a lot of people there. Again, condolences to Corrine on the passing of her father. I'd like to give thanks to all who offered condolences on the recent passing of my youngest brother, Martin. His passing was sudden and unexpected, and only made it more difficult for my 5 brothers and sisters and myself. Again, thank you for the various expressions of condolences. That concludes my report. Eddie?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to send my condolences likewise to Corinne Quebec's family on the death of her father, and to the Fisher family, who Jimmy's my cousin, and he passed away 2 days ago, so we'd like to send condolences to the family as well. I have been working with staff on trying to resolve some of the issues around town dealing with abandoned and blighted houses. We are coming very close to getting some legislation out that will put some teeth into some of our zoning issues that will help us to be more, give us some powers that we hadn't before to try and deal with these particular type of structures within the city. I've asked to come here tonight Ms. Kathy Peterson, who has been leading a group of people in the city, mainly in Ward 1, which I'm very passionate about. And she and her group have been meeting on a quarterly basis, and they kind of scour out throughout Ward 1, and they pick up trash. And by picking up this trash, it allows us to really beautify our areas that are sometimes overlooked. I mean, I've been out a number of times. Valerie has been out a couple of times, Miss Nicholas, if you will. And it's amazing what you find on the street that you normally wouldn't if you're just riding by. But by doing the things that these people have been doing, I think it's time to recognize them and to even join the group. I intend to have some pictures on our cable TV
We'll have a list of the participants that will scroll down and give them recognition for the fine job they've been doing. And with that being said, I'd like to invite the mayor and the president to come join me at the podium. Kathy, if you come forward, I appreciate it. Thank you. On behalf of the mayor and city council, I'd like to present to you and the rest of your fellow participants a city pin, which we're very proud of. If the rest of you would come forward, I'd appreciate it. We'd like to present to you as well. Jim, Bernie, Carl, pin for you, and I know your wife's a part of this. And I could have you do that as well. Come on forward. Carl, I think you probably have these, but nevertheless, Bernie, thank you. Jeannie, there's one for you. And if you'll all stand behind me, I think you'll like what's going to happen. I'll read this. To Kathy Peterson, Laurel's Queen of Clean. In recognition of your outstanding leadership in organization and volunteers to help keep the city of Laurel clean. From the mayor and city council of Laurel.
Thank you.
Can we get a picture now?
Mike, get up front, you're too short for the.
I can hide back there. Good.
Thank you. Take these and give them out to the rest of the members when you get together. All right? All right, thank you all very much.
I really,
Good one.
I advertised to them where you're meeting next.
Well, we started doing this, I retired at the end of December in 2015. And I walked my dog around and I just started noticing how much stuff was on the street. So I started picking it up. And then I thought, this looks like an interesting thing that we could just get the people in the city together and to do. And we pick up and then we have dinner and so forth after. So that's it.
Good thing. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you all very much.
So you heard her, if you want to help out and you need dinner, go help them out.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, move to the report by the mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Congratulations again to all of y'all. Let me offer condolences to Corrine Kubek on the passing of her father, Robert, as you've heard. Also to former councilman Paul Duncan. Paul was a member of the council for a term, and Paul passed away. He was in Colorado, and family brought the body back to Donaldson's and had the opportunity to stop by and talk to Paul. We did lower the flag in memory of Paul and for his service, and just want to again acknowledge Paul's service to the community as well. Also, Mr. President, condolences to you and your family, and our thoughts and prayers on the passing of your brother, as well as to Marcus Colbert. As most know, we haven't had a meeting, but funeral services for Marcus were well attended. Want to thank members of the city forces that are here tonight, as well as those that participated in the event for Marcus. The investigation continues, and as we continue to move forward, The public work crew still continue to be out there every day, and I want to thank them for their continued service. I know it's been very tough and difficult, but I want to thank our police department as well for all the work that they continue to do. And as we move forward, we find out why and what happened, we will continue to keep the department as well, the members here as well as the public involved and engaged and up to date on what happened. We will, as I've said before, as things move forward, we will continue to do things, and we will continue to make sure that Marcus is well remembered, and look for things to, for us to do that as we move forward in the coming months. We have had the opportunities you heard with our president had continued to meet regarding the hospital. We have 7 different subcommittees that continue to meet. The executive committee continues to meet every couple of weeks. We are moving forward. We are looking to have draft reports done by all the committees up to the executive committee by March, the end of March, and then by the end of middle of May, having the final report back to the executive committee. Executive committee will review those reports and then make a final recommendation, which will go to the UMS board, University of Maryland Medical Services Board, on our findings and our recommendations as we move forward. It's been a long process. I do want to thank many staff as well as many volunteers who continue to participate, and many of those that are at the hospital who continue to participate. So we're not there yet. I'm comfortable with what I see. I'm not happy about certain things that continue to continue to happen at the hospital, but they're at least keeping us abreast of what's happening. As most know, the 18 beds had to close. Behavioral health for several, they're talking about anywhere from 2 to 4 months. They are continuing to see patients through the ER, and then from there they'll be moved out. They have made a commitment to fix the floor and to reopen that inpatient care there. So we, again, will continue to monitor that and make sure that happens. So we'll keep everybody, as we say, as we continue to move down the road, keep you all informed as well. As you heard, Prince George's County Executive did have a budget hearing here in Laurel. I did have the opportunity to attend, and as you heard, many organizations and many from throughout the county did participate, as well as those in Laurel. And you've heard from both Ms. Creary and Mr. Smalls on things that took place there. So I did have the opportunity to address Webelos PAC 1673. I want to thank them for coming to City Hall. I was very honored to let them know what we did here in city government, what city government was about. Hopefully they learned a little something. They were working on their project to build a better world. And again, thank them for coming to City Hall. We did have my time with the mayor tonight. It was at the police department. I want to thank the many residents that did come out. Some were there early, and we appreciate that. And I had some good conversations with many people that were there. So, I did have the opportunity to attend the mayor's conference, which was held last week in Annapolis. Many mayors were there from throughout the state of Maryland, and many are facing a lot of the same issues that we face here in Laurel. So good networking, a lot of different seminars and discussions, and again, just had the opportunity to, I guess as they say, wander the halls of Annapolis and work our legislators and talk to many about legislation. One of those bills that'll be coming up on the 15th is SB 397, which will have a bill hearing, which is the forgiveness of the income tax overpayment, and not your income tax, the cities and municipalities. That is a bill where the city was advised by the comptroller's office that they overpaid us by $360,000, and we have to repay the comptroller's office. Many municipalities throughout the state were hit with that. Many were underpaid. So it depends what municipality you were. Some are waiting for checks and some are have to pay. But the Maryland Municipal League has taken the lead on this. And quite frankly, we're going to ask that they forgive that income tax payment and ask the municipalities that have to pay that money, as I said, just to forgive it. So we'll see what happens with that. We're going to work that and see if there's some kind of compromise that we can come up. It wasn't our fault. It was the numbers that were given to us by the comptroller's office, and now they want to penalize us. And I think there needs to be some kind of compromise put into place. So we'll see what happens. On February the 20th is President's Day. It's a holiday here in the city of Laurel, so please again check and make sure your trash and recycling, you're aware that those dates will change. You can see it on our website. You can call Public Works regarding trash pickup and recycling. I want to let everybody know now on March the 5th is the City of Laurel's annual open house from 1 to 4. We hope you'll come participate, and if you want to be involved, please call here at City Hall and we'll hook you to the right person. The museum has the World War I from here until there at the museum. I know the opening was on February the 5th. That's continuing, right? Yeah, so we encourage you to stop by the museum, take a look at that, and patronize the museum, and make that announcement. Mr. President, that is all I have tonight, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Move to agenda item number 9, general public hearing. I have one person signed up to speak, Yolanda Hazel. State your name and address for the record.
And I turn
And
that off.
so you need to press it so the green light comes on. Press the bottom of the button. There you go. It'll come on, the green around the... There you go. You're on now.
My name is Yolanda Hazel, and my address is 506 Clays Lane, Laurel, Maryland. I wanted to thank you guys for the progress that's taken place on the corner of Maple and Clay. It's been a huge difference from the time I've moved here till now, which has been about a year and a half. It's quiet. The drug trafficking is barely noticeable. It feels safer. It's cleaner because that traffic brings a lot of trash. The other thing I wanted to thank Mr. Ricks is the abandoned property. The house next to me has been boarded up for a while, and also I noticed another house on 9th Street. And I'm looking forward to seeing some progress made and encouraging those homeowners to do something about those properties. I also wanted to talk about perhaps having another town hall meeting for that community, just to keep it active and vibrant. So if we could do that, that would be great. That's pretty much it. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. You want to comment, Mayor?
I think the last town hall meeting, we actually did police department was pretty much directed towards police department. We can do that again, or we could talk, pointing to the chief, we could do mainly focus about the police, but either way, and we can talk to the chief afterwards. We'll let council know, but either way, yeah.
That sounds good.
Good, thank you.
Great.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Hazel. Okay, we'll move to agenda item number 10. Introduction and first public hearing on resolution number 1-17. Resolution of the Council of the City of Laurel, Maryland, approving an agreement between the city and the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 11. For the title of the record for the first reading, I'll open the public hearing at 7:28. I have no one signed up to speak. Is there anyone wishing to speak? I'll close the public hearing at 7:28 and a half. I'll note that the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 11 has ratified this agreement. And predicated on that, I will ask for a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Smalls. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Call the roll, Ms. Rao.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Mr. Ricks?
Yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
President Laz?
Yes, now I'll ask for a motion on
Mr. President,
Mr. Ricks.
I move for the adoption of Resolution 1-17.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Crary. Any discussion? Call the roll, Ms. Rao.
Mr. Ricks?
Aye.
Ms. Crary?
Yes.
Ms. Nicholas?
Yes.
Mr. Smalls?
I vote yes.
President Laz?
Yes.
Mayor Mo?
Let me just thank both negotiating teams for the work that they did and the long hours that they put in, and thank the council for working with the administration as well. And the suspension of rules, I think, sends a nice signal as well. And I appreciate that, Mr. President, and members of the council. So I concur, and again, thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will note for the record that this covers the period July 1, 2017 through June 30, 2020. With that, I'll move to agenda item number 11, introduction of first public hearing on resolution number 2-17, a resolution to repeal resolution number 11-91, which established the City of Laurel Youth Advisory Council. Read the resolution into the record. Read the title into the record for the first reading. I'll open the public hearing at 7:30. I have no one signed up to speak on this agenda item. Is there anyone wishing to speak? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing at 7:30 and a half. Mayor?
This, and there'll be two other committees, and there'll probably be a few others just for the public's information. These are defunct committees or commissions or CACs that you'll see us be taking action on the next several meetings, as well as either combining some of these duties with others. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of what's taking place here, Mr. President. So
Thank you, Mayor. The second public hearing with possible action will be at the Mayor and City Council meeting on Monday, February 27th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Move to agenda item number 12, introduction and first public hearing on resolution number 3-17, a resolution to repeal resolution number 2-09, which created a City of Laurel Play Committee. Read the title into the record for the first reading. I'll open the public hearing at 7:31. I have no one signed up to speak. Is there anyone wishing to speak? Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing at 7:32. The second public hearing with possible action will be at the Mayor and City Council meeting on Monday, February 27th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Move to agenda item number 13. Introduction and first public hearing on ordinance number 1902, an ordinance to repeal ordinance number 1112, which established the Laurel Cable Television Citizens Advisory Committee. I've read the title into the record for the first reading. I'll open the public hearing at 7:32. I have no one signed up to speak. Is there anyone wishing to speak? I will close the public hearing at 7:32 and a half. The second public hearing with possible action is scheduled for the Mayor and City Council meeting on Monday, February 27th, 2017 at 7 p.m. That concludes the agenda. Is there anything else to come before the council? Meeting's adjourned.